Ian Armitage is one of the most popular child actors of all time, taking on the role of young Sheldon, but going forward he said he'll never actually do the role again. And Ian Armitage almost didn't have the role of Sheldon Cooper because originally Jim Parsons wasn't the first pick for the role. With the reason being that Johnny Galecki was actually the first pick to play Sheldon Cooper because he had a lot more experience doing the show Roseanne versus Jim Parsons, who was only known for doing a Subway commercial, but Johnny Galecki didn't want the part, so Jim Parsons got it instead. And that definitely worked out in Jim Parsons' favor, where playing Sheldon he became the most popular character on the show, which was why in the final 3 seasons he was the highest paid actor, making $1.2 million an episode. But then Jim Parsons opted to end the show Big Bang Theory after the 12th season, even though they were offered a 13th, because he was making $400,000 an episode narrating young Sheldon, so he just didn't need to do the show anymore. And the way Ian Armitage was cast was he actually recited a 3-page monologue from William Shatner doing Star Trek, so because of that they decided to hire him for the role. And young Sheldon was an on-battle hit, where 17 million people watched the pilot, but then for the finale 5 years later it managed to get 9 million viewers, showing it retained most of its audience. And the show was so popular they even did a spin-off to the spin-off with Montana Jordan and Emily Osment, which had so much success that it's actually going into a 3rd season now. But still, there were members of the young Sheldon cast who aren't happy about how the way Georgie and Mandy's been going, like Annie Potts, who played the grandma on young Sheldon, with the reason being that she's upset that she wasn't invited to come back for the show. And Montana Jordan was just asked if Ian Armitage would be returning playing Sheldon Cooper for the new series, and he said that's not going to happen because they don't want the show to be young Sheldon 2.0. Then there's also an issue timeline-wise where Ian Armitage is now 17 years old, and he doesn't really look that much like Jim Parsons, so the idea of him playing an older Sheldon Cooper doesn't make a lot of sense. So he did a really good job in the role, but it doesn't look like he's ever going to return for it.